Hey there, Ben with Real Recovery Talk coming at you with another 5-minute or less video. So I wanted to talk about the stage character. A lot of 12-step programs reference somebody in early recovery having a stage character. Well, I want to take that and I want to apply it to the treatment side of this deal. So that way, I explain this one to parents a lot of the times over the phone if they have a son or daughter or loved one coming in, whatever family member, whatever the case may be. So they ask how long should treatment be? And I let parents know right off the bat, or the loved one, 30 days is not going to be enough. Let me explain. Because people for whatever reason always go to, are they going to go for 30 days and then come back okay? Well, I tell them that it can't work that way. And here's why. When clients come into us, we experience what they call their stage character. Generally speaking, if I had to put a number on it, I would say that holds up for probably about 3 weeks. An individual will come into the program, they present what they want you to see, how they want to be perceived, the reputation that they want the world to have of them. So with that being said, you hit about that 3-week mark and it gets to the point where individuals really can't keep up the stage character anymore. There starts to be holes in their game. There starts to be inconsistencies. And so let me explain this to you. If someone has the hopes that they're going to come do 30 days of treatment and then go home and be okay, if it takes us 3 weeks to figure you out as a clinical and treatment team, how the heck are we going to fix the things that we find with 1 more week left? We're not. That's the reality of the situation. And to throw this in retrospect too, I just got a phone call from a parent the other night saying, gosh, it seemed like my son was doing so well. What happened so quickly? It just took a turn. And thankfully I referenced the stage character the very first time I talked to him on the phone. I said, remember that stage character scenario I told you about? Well, we're right about the 3-4 week mark, and now the truth about who they are is truly coming out. They haven't been able to hold it. We found where their manipulation takes place, the way that they go about manipulating, the lies start to come through, and we start to paint a picture through observing behaviors. And that's the cool thing about being in treatment, is you have a treatment team watching the behaviors 24 hours a day, because it's really easy for an addict to be in front of their family for, when they show up to the house because they need something, they paint a picture and then they disappear. With us, if they feed us what they're working on, we on our end have a staff watching 24 hours to hold some accountability and look at their follow-up. Are their actions matching what they say they're going to do? And that's what ends up happening is the first week especially, they tell you everything that they're there for. I'm serious this time. I'm going to take all the suggestions. By week 3, you find out they hardly take any suggestions at all. And now you have evidence that you can turn around and say, hey, you said you were going to do A, B, and C. Well, guess what? You've only done C, or you've done none of them. So coming back to that stage character point to sum it up, it's going to take time for a good clinical team to do their investigation. We're like little private eyes, got to figure out what's going on with the individual, what the underlying causes are. It's not like somebody walks in the door and all of a sudden they tell the truth about their life. And even if they're doing their best to tell the truth about their life through their biopsychosocial and their story, do they even have the proper perception? Because when we're out ripping and running, day 1 in treatment, we probably have a skewed idea of what our life looked like on the outside. And a lot of that starts to come to light as we're in touch with families and loved ones, and we get little bits and pieces of information like puzzle. We start putting it together. Now it all makes sense. There's the big picture. And that's how that happens. So with that being said, Ben with Real Recovery Talk. If no one told you I love you today, I do.